Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And now I need to fix this. Settings thing. Let's see here. Come on now. Yep, go to videos. Come on now. Yep. There we go. Okay, we'll do that. This is a shoot. I need to get a thumbnail for everybody that watches this afterwards. I apologize. This is the way we got to do it. This one, where is it? A little bit slow and steady. There it is. Come on. Done with you. Save image as. That's fine. We'll do that for right now. Where'd it go? There it is. Now what else do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to make it public. Restrictions none. Customization. All right. Let's go. Let's go. So I think we're good now, right? Turn that off. Okay. What's up there? Hey, Arthur. What's up? What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Just getting everything set up here. Forgive the little bit of the lag up in the corner. Hopefully you guys can hear everything all right. You can hear me. You can hear the background music. There's a little bit of ambiance, mead hall type tunes. So hopefully you guys are hearing all that. I'm just going to go ahead and share this link around. You guys want to do that as you start pouring in, feel free to do that. Let's see here. I will get to the chat here in just a little bit, and then we'll get started. I can just type. We got a neat thing to do here later on. I'm going to be doing a Scotch tasting. It's been a while since we've done one of those. Everything sounds good. Awesome. Okay, good. Just checking. Please give the video a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share. Tag your friends, tag your pets. The Scotch that I have right now is not the Scotch that we will be tasting later. All right, who we got here? Wyatt Coverdale, hello. Been some time since you've seen your face. Yeah, what's up? Scotch is good. Yes, it is. All right. Well, hail and hello, everybody. My name's Jesse, and this is the second recurring, I guess you could say, live stream gameplay of Plague Inc. Had a couple of technical issues. We got a little bit of a late start, and as always, I gotta start the video, you know, at an unlisted link, and then fix everything, and then do this whole thing where I start sharing it around and make sure all my ducks in a row and my squirrels are behaving and all that. Need more Scotch. Absolutely, Wyatt. We are going to have a Scotch tasting later on. I picked up a new one today. Well, new to me. It's not, I don't think, a new variety. I mean, I've had this brand before, but I just have not had this particular one. So, let's see, we got 3 people watching, and I am waiting for some more folks to join before we get into the gameplay. There's 4. Definitely share and let everybody know that you know, we're here. We out here. All right, we out here. We doing a dang thing. Just letting my people know that we're out here so they can start, you know, meandering in the door. As you come in, please state your business. I'm just kidding. Say hello. Feel free if you want, and we will get things going here in just a little bit. Going through a major religious burnout. Not sure how to deal with it. So, Harthel, what is it? Is it like a pagan religious burnout? We'll talk about it. Is it, you know, what's your angle there? What's your, I guess, approach to things, and how can we help? You know, I understand, I guess, with any religion, it doesn't even have to be specific. But, you know, with a lot of things, you can get to be burnt out on things. I've felt that myself. And there's a time that we have to spend, or there's times that we have to spend reconnecting to those times and to those moments where we weren't burnt out. So for me, you know, it usually starts with spending time away from people, being a bit isolated, focusing back on the nature, getting back to nature. Journey with Eivor, hail and hello. Welcome to the live stream. We've got 4 people tuning in now. Would like to get at least a couple more before we get into the gameplay. But while we're waiting, can we infect the world? I think we can. We did it once before. Smeagol did it once, and we'll do it again. In order to unlock the virus, we need to we need to do the bacteria. And I'm going to do this at a normal. We did it at casual last time. Last time, the one that destroyed the world was Jormungandr. So we're not going to do that. Heathen burnout comes from stress from work and home. Yeah, I get that. So I asked some folks about what we should be naming the disease that we infect the world with. And I believe Journey with Eivor was one of the first commenters on my community post about it. And I want to say that you said Angerboda, right? One of the Jotun, actually Loki's wife, the mother of Jormungandr, Fenrir, and Hel. So we'll just call it Angerboda. So hail and hello. If I can't pronounce your name, it's because I'm really blind with my eyes. I was gonna say I was what do you call it? Long distance or nearsightedness, farsightedness, nearsightedness. It's the little things far away. So I'm on a smaller monitor than I normally am, and I'm looking across at my big monitor where we're playing this game. So if I don't catch you by name specifically, don't take offense, please. I apologize for that. But thank you so much for all of my guests. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said before, please share the video. I muted the game music, right? Because I like to have this Mead Hall kind of music playing in the background. Actually, you know what? I think I want to turn off this. Get rid of the sound. Clicking the sounds. So let's do that. Okay. So we are now Angerboda, and we have to infect the country, or not the country. We need to infect the world, and we need to start in the country. We saw some good success, I think, last time with China. So let's go ahead and start with China and see what Angerboda can do. Now, our strategy is to infect the entire world before the world notices that there's a deadly virus being spread, a bacterial infection. Skyrim Tavern music, yeah. So what I'm playing right now is it's on the Danheim station, Danheim Radio or Danheim YouTube channel. This is 2 hours of Viking Mead Hall, relaxing fireplace with crackling and Nordic ambience for sleeping and study. So it's 2 hours of this stuff. The reason I'm choosing the Dunheim channel is that the music that he uploads to his channel, content creators, gamers, streamers, people like myself, we can play the music on our streams and not be stricken with copyright, not get our hands slapped for copyright infringement or whatever. So even though this is just some generic stuff, and I could always, get some royalty free music, but I didn't. Something like that, Harthel. I know that if I play music from other artists on my channel, whether it's a background music, it does get flagged as for copyright infringement. So, but yeah, I understand the heathen burnout thing. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that while we try to burn out humanity. If you guys don't know, I do a random Heathen Ramblings podcast every week. There's a university debate controversy, which is that a huge controversy erupts over university debates on whether it is fair for parents living off state benefits to give birth to children, which they can't support. That is a valid argument. And I'm glad that they're debating it. But yeah, Danheim is really cool. And I love, the music and the imagery and all of that. But yeah, anyways, I do Random Heathen Ramblings podcast. It's available on all major podcast streaming sites, including Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, the Pandora, iHeartRadio, the whole bit. So wherever you catch your podcasts on, if you don't want to watch them here on YouTube, you can catch them there. But I'm also really trying to focus on my Patreon. Additionally, if you want to help support this stream while I'm here streaming for the night, you can check the super chat option in the live chat. You can send a super chat. It is much appreciated, although it is not required. I will mention that several times throughout the live stream and try to maintain views on the live chat. Do it whenever I'm at work, so I can't join in live streams. That's all right. Harfield, it's great to see you here now. Glad that you can make this one. I premiere those. What do you call it? I premiere those podcasts in the morning. That way, it gets time to be distributed out throughout the day, and people starting their day can kind of get it. I don't know. I'm seeing some different things now. It was going pretty good at first, but I've been uploading consistently every week now for a while, and I'm not seeing the kind of numbers that I would expect to see. I don't know if I'm just spread out over too many different platforms or if it's not a good time. But there is a festival of love in China, and China's celebrating. Fans are praising that the replacement for International Kissing Day is now the Festival of Love, and critics are questioning hygiene standards. So it's a slow and arduous process here to infect the world, but we are just going to let things kind of build up. I'm going to wait till I accumulate about 20 DNA points over here on the left over the disease barrier. I want to collect enough DNA points to start evolving the way that the virus spreads. I also want to devolve symptoms. That way people aren't, freaking out about things like nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. What's 2 + 2? Diarrhea. Remember that meme or that Vine or whatever? Yeah. Darn the rich, right? So, again, the super chat is awesome. Who studies global warming increasing catastrophes? Yeah, no duh. All right, let's go ahead and work on the transmission of this virus. So what I want to do and what I want to see is I want to see some airborne and waterborne spreading. So we're going to evolve the air pathways. We're going to evolve the water pathways. And this is going to help us spread this like butter, spread it like greasy. I'm at level 6 now, by the way. Spread it like grease, like the greasy strangler spreads grease on his hot dogs. This dog is fully dumped. If you guys have never seen the greasy strangler, then by all means do yourself a favor and check it out. Try to reach out to other heathen communities and ask if they could plug your content and support pagans. Absolutely. I do that. I always ask people. UK votes for Brexit in referendum. Votes in UK vote to leave the EU. See how that works out for you. But yes, I have, and I continue to always ask. And here's the thing: my angle, my approach to the heathen community, or whatever. It's such a cesspool of just BS that I don't want to get involved in. I'm a very tribal centric heathen. I'm focused on the smaller groups, but I love doing this stuff, and I love networking, and I love reaching out to other people, and I love to just have conversations and talk. So what helps me get my voice heard is just saying, hey, if you have a community that you're a part of, if you're in an online forum and you have an audience that you would like to know about what I do here, then grab those links and spread the love, man. Share the information, because I don't join a whole bunch of online groups. I hate Discord because it reminds me too much of what I do at work every day. I use Slack at work, and Discord to me is just like that, and I hate it. I don't like most of the Facebook groups. Twitter is useless for me. I might get a small like 2 or 3% engagement on things with Twitter. And I don't use Instagram except to cross post from what I use on Facebook. So I am one of those people where, the community, reach out, tap in, get people to be involved. I'm like, but that would require me joining all these groups that is full of just a bunch of ignorant brosatry types and things that I'm not willing to invest my time or energy in. So this is what I do. I do my weekly podcast, and then I, live stream here and game a little bit. And if you are interested in wanting to help support in that way, you can, there's a Linktree link, which I'm going to share right now, that tells you or shows you everything that I have set up for how you can support Midgard Musings. I have a Patreon page. I have, merchandise. I have a, PayPal, for donations, things like that. Just following me on the social media, sharing it all around, that whole thing is pays out dividends, because, exposure is great. So Jesse got some deeper insight on the runes by thinking of them as aoric forces. For example, Feu could be representative of the time of plenty and advancement. Yeah. So I mean, Feihu is active wealth. You know, Feihu is most moving wealth, whereas Othala is the inherited wealth. It's inherited wealth. So yeah, there is definitely connotations of plenty and advancing of things in with Feihu, because it is wealth in motion. So I think you're spot on with your assessment there, my good sir. We are slowly infecting. Suicide rates increased between 1999 and 2010, according to the CDC. Bet. We are slowly growing. Infection rates in China are slow but steady. Fortunately, we have not evolved into any symptoms. The transmission rate, we do need to connect these two here. So what does this one cost? This one's 16 and this one's 17. And I'm only at 17 right now. So we're just going to let things kind of do its thing and let the world notice the wonders of Angkor. Aeonic. Hey, on Nick. Nick, Nickelodeon. But anyways, I hope you all are having a great night. Thank you for tuning in and watching. 5 people steady retention here. We got 5 people watching. Let's see if we can get to double digits. Plug this away, share it around, tell the family, tell your friends, if you have any. I like to think that you do have some. Let them all know that we're out here trying to destroy the world. 350,000, 400,000 people in China, which is nothing, because China is like what, like a billion people? Yeah, 1.5 billion people. So we barely even made a dent. Oh, but we got to India now. And we got to some other Southeast Asian countries. I think that was the Philippines. No, Korea. I was off. Yeah. All right, so 20. We need what we need about 13 more points to get to connect the dots, as it were. I started in China. Infect the birds. Yeah. So what? Should I go ahead and just, because here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if we can connect these two mind pajamas right here, if we can connect air 2, give organs ability to survive, and connect and do water 2. Should we do that now, or should we just go ahead and jump into the birds? If we start infecting at too much of a fast rate, which is, I mean, this is pretty steady right now. We're at 1.2 million people on the planet that are infected. Scotch tasting, that's the devil's work. Well, the devil's pretty cool. I think he's all right, despite the fact that he's votes Republican. Just kidding. This is not a political stream. Don't get me wrong. If I told my family and friends about this stream and what we do on it, I'd be exiled. Hey, join the club, pal. I've been recently exiled, shunned, and I say recently, but I mean within the last year. Almost a full year since I've been officially excommunicated from my family. So, achievement unlocked. Borbs, Magic's game room. What up? Birds aren't real. Yeah, I heard that, or I read that article. I think it was the Onion that that posted it. So yes. Oh, I gotta get that one. Gotta get that bubble. Gotta get it. All right. So welcome to the live stream, Magic's Game Room, and everybody else new coming and joining in. We got 6 live viewers. And we are just slowly and steadily infecting the world. It is a mood. It's a mood and a vibe and a and all of that, right? All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with gas. But yes. This is Angkor. Angkor started in China. And you did make it, Magic's Game Room. It's good to see you. It's been a while. But we're over here just starting to wipe out humanity. One infectious sneeze at a time. Can I do this yet? I got, what do I got here? I got 16 and 17. All right, so I need about 6 more points. Come on, let's get there. 33, and I'll be able to connect the dots. I was able to give you an existential crisis. That was a while ago, wasn't it? When we were all doing that thing, that was a fun time. That was a fun time, man. All right, here we go. Some more action going here. One DNA point at a time. 53 million people, mostly are which in China. Still business as usual. Oh, got Australia. Nice. Do I have my own community platform? So Hartful, my community platform, I mean, here on YouTube, yes. I mean, there's the community, but I mean, depending on what you're talking about, like I don't have a Discord server. I do have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, obviously this, Patreon, so my, YouTube channel and Facebook page are the largest communities, collectively equaling just under 10K. I think there's about 4,500 here and almost 5,000 on the Facebook page. All right, let's go ahead and close the gap between air and sea. Ba-ba-boom. Do that and do that. And then we want to get this one. Pathogen bypasses, air, water filters. So then the planes and the trains and the automobiles and the boats will get destroyed. Wow, 3 a.m. Wow, where the heck are you, buddy? Okay, anemia symptom mutated. Well, we don't want that. We don't want to start mutating symptoms yet because that's gonna alarm some folks. So if it's 3 a.m. where you are, then you must be in the UK. So cheers to you. Thank you for coming and tuning in and staying for so long. Really appreciate the support, and hope you have a good Saturday, the next day for you. All right. Feel as though truth about us. I feel that as though truth should not be concealed by. Canceled. Sorry, should not be canceled out. Yeah, I agree. Truth is an odd thing. Truth is a relevant thing, and why my truth might be different from, and that's where it boils down to, right? Like my truth is different than their truth. I'm talking about like my family and such, and so that's why I've been excommunicated. All right, New Zealand, popping off now. All right. 15 DNA points. Next one, we're gonna continue to spread this. Hey, he did the thing. Hey, he said it. He said he did the thing. Well, that comes from a lot of from talking to people from the UK a lot. They are always so pleasant to talk to, and they say cool things like cheers and yeah, brilliant, and champion and whatever. So it's always nice, and I pick up on some of those things, and when I'm talking to people from those countries, I try to be respectful of their cultural things and make it known that I'm about it. Don't bother. Okay, now we got Finland. I think that was Finland or Iceland. Is that Iceland that just got infected? Yeah, Iceland just got infected. Nice. Been thinking about reconnecting to the Cherokee, but I'm not sure Not sure. I mean, oh, there we go. U.S. got infected. So, like a lot of the indigenous peoples of the North American continent, a lot of their, religious and spiritual practices were actually adopted, or I'd say adopted, but not, and borrows is not even the right word. Learned from. They picked up on these traditions from their native proto Indo-European ancestors. So, like the Sami, from like Sweden and all that, they back's itching me, man. The Sami, uh, and those indigenous people, when the Native American tribes made it to the indigenous people of North American tribes made it over here from like Greenland and all that. The traditions that they have now originated in with the Sami. So, sure. And then, of course, the Sami being, broken into, I think, 4 root tribes. I forget their names. But they, they had, that's where, the Scandinavian traditions and stuff came from. So Sweden, Norway, Iceland being the last one, I think. They became part of it later on, but like Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Iceland, and then Finland. Bird flu. Can we migrate to the birds now? Can we transmit stuff with the birds? Yes, sir. Let's do that. Sort of weird that I was born in Erie, Pennsylvania, and with the English accent. Crowley does it to you. I missed a bubble. I missed a bubble in the UK. Damn you, Wyatt. Just kidding. I'll get the next one. I was reading your comment and I missed a bubble. There you go. I'll get East Africa and Saudi Arabia. There. So there. Or as the French would say, no disrespect to the French or any of my French viewers, followers, subscribers. Okay, now that bird, that bad bird thing is spreading it around pretty good now. 2 billion, almost 2.5 billion people infected in the world. I really think we need to just, because what happened with me last time is like I kept like spreading the virus. What I'm thinking we need to do now is we need to boost up the abilities of this virus to withstand drug resistance. Oi oi, wee. No bad bubble. Wah. Yeah, so let's evolve drug resistance, because once this thing kicks off, I don't want the world to get better. I want everybody to feel the wrath of Angerboda. Get them bubbles. Bubbles in the club, smashing in the dub, in the schnub, lubba the dub, rubba dub lub. Wubba lub dub dub. Look, Morty, we're killing the world, Morty. Wubba lub dub. Okay, enough of that. What's up with my camera? It's all like glitching and stuff up here, but that's okay. You guys aren't watching that. You're watching the big, pretty bubbles on the screen getting popped as we increase the disease growth and such. Yep, genetic reshuffle. More work need to develop the cure? Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at that. China is red. I mean, we knew that already, but look at how red China is. China, I think, is all 1.5 billion people in China have been infected with Angerboda. All right, there with the heartful thanks. Thank you for becoming a channel member, by the way. Appreciate that dedication and support to the stream and to the channel. So cheers and thank you. Yeah, boop. Boop it, man. Boop it all. Many thanks. Man, woman, child, whoever, non-binary, all of you. You know, I use the term man just like, you know, dude. Dude to me is not gender specific, and it's you know, it's gender neutral. Everybody's a dude, you know, just like to me, like everybody's man. What's up, man? Hey, man. What's up, dude? Oh, this anemia symptom's gonna need to just chill out. I don't want to evolve it. I don't want it. I want my DNA points instead. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm male. Okay. Well, you've got mail and I've got mail, and that's awesome. Yes, we are cooking with methane now, as my estranged uncle used to say. Now you're cooking with methane. It means that you're firing on all cylinders. And now look at Russia. Russia is starting to become redder and redder. Russia's been red for a while, I think, or at least they always used to be. But now look at them. Now look at those poor bastards. You am? You am. Yeah, we all are. We all is. All of us are something of sorts. Dun, dun. All right, and we finally got Greenland. Greenland's about to. Uh-oh. I don't need that. I need that. Greenland is the hardest one usually to get infected. They're like the most resilient, and the most funded. Funded meaning like money, not funded as meaning like fun and dead. So this glass of scotch that I'm sipping on is just my standard staple stuff. I have a bottle here that I've never opened. I've never tried this one. I've tried a brand of this one before, but I've not. I've not. All right. We need to transmit some of this stuff elsewhere to like hot climates. Because look, these guys down here in like South America, they're not feeling it. They're not with us yet. We need to get that infection rate up down there in the hot regions. Then in Africa is just chilling, man. Africa is like hardly at all infected. Your phone died? Oh, you're back? Magic's Game Room says you're back. New rural livestock legislation. New rule for transport and hygiene of farm animals makes rural areas less vulnerable to disease. Okay. Well, it's a good thing we didn't evolve the livestock thing. Yeah, so welcome back. We are still slowly, like South Africa's feeling the heat now, because I just evolved the mosquitoes. South America, North America is just chilling just fine. Africa is going to slowly start. So, okay, we got Sudan, we got South Africa, but like Libya, West Africa, Algeria, Nigeria, Madagascar is not looking too good over there. And Australia is still holding on. They got infected early on, but they haven't, their infection rate is minuscule in comparison. So, but hello there, CEO Grizzle. What's up? Asia is in shambles. You're daggone right, because we started in China and Russia, and now they're all red because they are just sick as a dog, by golly. So let's go ahead and devolve. Sorry for the offensive, harsh language, guys. Dang nabbit and by gollies. I'm going to get demonetized now. Oh, there we go. Now South America's starting to get it. The world is 4.5 billion, almost, 4.5 billion people infected. Things aren't looking too good now, guys. We're starting to see a real rapid growth of infection. So, have I heard of monkeypox? Yeah. Where did I hear about them from? Monkey pump. It's almost time to crack open this bottle of scotch. I think I'm going to do that when we start wiping out humanity and just let the world do its thing. That way I don't have to monitor activity too bad. Already got well more than almost about 3/4 of the world infected with no detections at all whatsoever of harm. You know, this is nothing to most of the world right now. Everything is still business as usual. Angerboda has not been noticed. Oh, but you better notice her. You know, the cure is still 10 years out. So, what else? No people who are saying some bad things on YouTube and they're doing just fine. Feel free to swear. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. I've gotten stricken for way less offensive things. Oh, now there's a huge earthquake in Japan. All right, guys, how many people do you think died in the earthquake in Japan? We got $1 billion of damage. The WHO expects it'll take years to repair. And how many people are dead? I say 2.7 thousand. 2,700. Let's see. God, that was low. 1.8. So 1,800. 60% infected. Yes, sir. 5 billion people and 1,800 people dead in Japan. 69% infected. Nice. Wouldn't it have been funny if it was April 20th and 69% of the world was infected? That would have been even nicer. Oh yeah, boy. Rest in peace, Mexico. Look at Mexico, man. What's Mexico doing these days? They are 100% infected, all 120 some odd million of them. But it's business as usual. Why? Because it's Mexico, damn it. There we go. Who's that? Morocco. Get out your maracas. You're about to get rocked in Morocco. Rocking in Morocco. Sliding on my sandals. What's the U.S. looking like? 770,000. West Africa is still looking pretty good. I want to get these DNA points built up, man. But I think I need to consider increasing the work to develop a cure. Increases effectiveness in wealthy countries. Decreases future research speed. Decrease future research speed. We'll do that one. Cool. We'll do that one. Rest in peace, the Philippines. Have you been? That's Indonesia. Indonesia's gone too. They're 100% infected. Got to devolve these symptoms, guys, because otherwise we're going to start drawing attention to ourselves, and that's not very ladylike. Now, is it, for Angerboda to draw attention to oneself? That's not very ladylike. There's the Philippines. I knew I'd get it. Yeah, Indonesia not looking too good. Indonesia looking pretty bad. So is New Guinea. Australia is all gone. Or where are we at now? Oh, South America's looking pretty shitty. Yeah, Brazil's 100% infected. At the world level now, we're at 79%. Okay, so we've infected 10% more in the last few minutes. How drunk were you when you began this stream? Not at all. This is my first glass of scotch. So if you think that I'm drunk now, This is me 100% sober. I drank this whole glass of scotch, and I don't even think I'm legally intoxicated. So if you think that this is me buzzed or drunk, wait till you see what I got in store for you. Because actually, Scalded Works, not on the live stream here, not that I can see, had recommended that I stream this whole thing drunk. And the challenge with that is that I still needed to get some of the technical bits sorted before I started the live stream. And if I was doing that while under the influence, this probably wouldn't have happened. Tagalog, cool. Dated a girl from the Philippines. Pictures and such, nice. Yeah. I've and I love different. I mean, I've not traveled internationally. I've always wanted to, and I'm still young enough. Eventually, one day, I would love to, travel internationally. But I'm a big fan of all different kinds of Asian food. I love Thai food. I love Japanese food. I love Korean food, Chinese, of course. But I've not found a Filipino place around here. So, and I've not really like ventured into like making my own Filipino food, but to me it looks like it's a blend of obviously Southeast Asian cooking and Spanish. It's kind of like a blend of things. 6.1 billion people. What do we got? 80 some odd percent. Yeah, we'll probably be 100% infected. I'm gonna guess within the next 6 or 7 minutes. So we shall see. And then once that happens, hopefully we'll have more DNA points. These DNA points are just, I don't know why, man, but they're. Oh, you know what I should probably do? Nah, I think I'm gonna wait. I want the transmission of things to continue, and then once we've like fully been infected, I'm gonna start devolving these and get some DNA points back. It's not a lot, but every little bit helps. We don't need them once once the whole world's infected. Yeah, Tagalog is the main dish of the Philippines. Okay. Okay. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'll make a batch one day soon. So less than 1 billion people to go, guys. Less than 1 billion people to go before we start really knocking on some doors and getting some attention drawn on stuff. What if I do this? Maybe that'll help me read things. Let me just zoom in a little bit on some stuff. Yeah, that helps. Oh, why didn't I think of that earlier? There's a huge earthquake in Mexico. Another earthquake, guys. So we say 1800 in Japan. What are we looking at here? About 1300? Ooh, more than that. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so Mexico, just a bunch of people died. Insomnia. No, I need you guys to rest and forget about life for a little bit. I want you to stay up and think about how to fix this problem that's about to ruin your lives. There's a couple of extra DNA points. Help you more if you want to help the country. Cool. Also, American after the war, lots of veterans went to yeah. Look at the U.S. now, guys. Canada's holding on, and Greenland is just like by the tens, right? 340, 350 people. They're just chilling up there, quite literally. Canada's doing the same thing. They're not having a bad time. And alarmingly, West Africa in this continent is slow. Russia's gone. They're fully infected. They just don't know it yet. 96%, guys. We're almost there. What's it been? Like 3 minutes since I said it would take 6. So, yeah. Rinse out what I had in here because this glass had different scotch in it. So, when you put in another kind of scotch, you don't want to mix them too much. A little bit of water, clean it up. Yeah. Get your water, stay hydrated. Hydrate yourself, baby. Hydrate yourself. In Angola. Some of the last ones here, guys. Canada. Come on, man. We're waiting on you. Well, we're waiting. Canada. Yeah, cold resistance, my guy. Thank you, Magic's Game Room. Should we evolve cold resistance? Maybe bump up that infection rate. See, I'm almost here though. Like, oh, need that. I'm almost here. Like, as far as the whole infection rate goes of the world, I mean, we're 98% at this point. Canada's about to be infected pretty quickly. I'm trying to save my DNA points so that way when I come in here into the disease, into the symptoms, I can just like wreck their shit. Like, I want to go for like total organ failure within like 6 or 7 moves and then just start wreaking havoc on people. But I got to wait for literally the whole world to get infected. The moose defeated them. The moose are up there like, oh, we're just chilling up here, eh? We're just gonna chill. Look, 663. What about what's going on in Greenland? Is it the seals? The walruses? Is it walruses? Walruses? Walry. The walry. It's not a word. The walruses in Greenland. Oh yeah. Sort of want to try the California Reaper pepper. You mean the Carolina Reaper pepper? See how long it takes for you to die. Well, you're not going to die from it unless you have like a severe capsaicin allergy. I mean, I guess it's possible to die from that, but if you don't die from it, you're gonna wish you were dead. If you've never, I mean, even people that like spicy foods, you've got to be a pretty extreme chili head to find any sort of enjoyment in getting these sort of like flavor profiles from a pepper like the Carolina Reaper. They are brutal. They are absolutely brutal and will wreak havoc on you. Your internal organs will wish that they were expelled from your body. All right, West Africa looks... All right, now with the earthquakes, guys. 6,300 people dead from earthquakes, and the only remaining countries that aren't infected at this point are Canada and Greenland. All right, so everybody's just chilling up there. Pathogen evolves to withstand cold temperatures. I mean, I'm going to have to do it. I got to do it. I'll get these points back when I devolve other things. When I devolve the other symptoms, I'm going to get those points back. But for now, let's just see how much that does it. Okay. That seems to do a little bit better. Being metaphorical. Yeah. Well, you're going to want to be literally dead eating one of those things. I'm dead ass serious, baby. Is the plural form of Texas T or Tex? Texi? How many Texases are there in one Texas? How many Texi? It's like cactus. Yeah, cacti, Texi. Yeah. What about textine? All right, so Canada's starting to pick up some speed. They are one of the last and remaining. Greenland finally is starting to get infected by the thousands instead of by like the dozens. Rash symptoms mutated. Who cares? I think rash is your biggest problem right now, boy. Watch out. Get ready for total organ failure. And then while we're doing that here in just a little bit, I'm going to introduce you guys to the new Scotch. I'm going to introduce myself to it, and we're going to talk through that because I'm excited for it. I picked it up today. It is a, it's a brand that I'm familiar with from a distillery that I've had before, but just a different variety of it. And it's like probably one of the cheaper bottles that I've picked up, under $30. And I've always been like really leery about, good single malt scotches for that low of a price point, because I'm like, well, what did they sacrifice? But I mean, I know this brand, and I'm familiar with the quality of their brand, and it's not a bad brand. It's like mid shelf, it's like equal to like quality with, we'll say, like a Glenlivet or a Glenfiddich or but this one must be their like entry line or lower of the line variety, because under $30 a bottle of single malt scotch is admirable. I shall say it's admirable. So Greenland is climbing. Canada's finally starting to get on board with this whole thing, and we are just about ready to start evolving our disease. Angorboda is starting to gear up to take lives. It's called Scotch tasting, and it's classy, says the man of the hour, Wyatt Coverdale. Wyatt, man, he be covering those dales. Covering all the dales, but none of the chips. No Chippendales, just the dales. Okay. As soon as we get the mark that it says that there are no healthy people left in the world, and that Angorboda needs to evolve to kill, then we know that we pull that proverbial trigger. Pull the trigger. Something to do with, was it pull the trigger? Oh yeah. Perfect Circle, I think. Thinking of Maynard. I'm mumbling to myself. Sorry, guys. This is slower than I was thinking. That cold resistance is what's getting us. So, all right, 7 million people. I think when we get to about into the thousands, I'll start devolving the spreading of the disease. Because I mean, Canada's almost there, Greenland's almost there. They should be there any minute now. Pop that bubble. Give me that DNA point. What you just said has never been said before to any man. I know, right? It's just like me. Like nobody's ever called me, steel dragon, or that, it's a wagon sitting still, or none of it. Nobody's ever said that. Ah, man. Crazy. Going back to school willingly? Oh no. You go back to school willingly. Okay, Canada's about ready to go. Greenland's about ready to go. Let's devolve the transmissions of this. No, I don't want to evolve. I want to devolve. Almost got me there. Almost got me. By the time I get back into the screen here, we should have the opportunity to really wreck some people's lives. So now that everybody's infected, you know, I don't need this to infect anybody. I just need it to kill people. Dave Magorda or whatever from Forged in Fire. Your disease will kill. I want to hear, baby. Where we at? 99%, 28,000 people left to go. Come on. Where are you at? You in, what is it, Greenland? Nope. Canada. You Canucks. Holding on. Nope, they're 100% infected. Who is it then? Who is that remaining? Is it you? Is it you? Nope. All right. 25,000 somewhere. 25,000 people somewhere in this infected world are still holding on for dear life. Return. Oh, that's cool. That's cool stuff, Magic. That IT development stuff. That's good, and that's good knowledge to have. That is the way of the future, my dude. USA, USA, infection rate. Come on, man. Where we at? 20,000 people. Sheesh. All right. Well, 20,000 people left to go. It'll be done soon. Let's talk about this scotch. Because we're about to peanut and elderberry jam sandwich coming in. Nice. Okay. So this scotch, which we are going to be talking about now, is the Jura Journey. It's called Journey. I don't know if you'll be able to see it up in the little screen capture thing up there. It says it's a refined balance of rich fruit and gentle smoke, gentle smoky notes from maturation in American white oak ex bourbon barrels. So bourbon barrel aged scotch. A refined balance of rich, fruity, and gentle smoky notes, amber gold in color, and with aromas of vanilla spice, citrus, and a hint of sea spray. That's going to be nice. Followed by cinnamon, pears, pecans, and toffee fudge in the aftertaste. What? Are you trying to seduce me, Jura Journey? Because you might be. All right, guys, before we infect the world, how many? All right, 7,000 people left to go before I pull the trigger. So it is a very pretty amber color. You guys can really tell because the camera's constantly glitching out visually for some reason. Don't ask me why. But this sounds very, very nice. Peanut butter jelly time. Scotch. Oh, got to pop the bubble. Well, I don't, I pronounce it how I want to pronounce it. Sometimes it's scotch. Sometimes it's scotch. Scotch tape, man. All right. I am excited about this one, people. So this is going to be, from the sounds of it, it's definitely not an Islay, but it's going to have some like notes of an Islay. The sea spray thing that they were talking about, smoky sea spray, that is indicative of Islays. Okay, here we go. So there are no healthy people left in the world. You know what that means, right? That means I get to pop the bottle. Let's see if you guys can pick up on this. Here we go. Ready? Okay. That's nice. I definitely do smell the the fruity and vanilla notes. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this and let it breathe. Give it some air. Because that will change the flavor profile of it as well. When you let the air get to it. And you know what else changes the flavor profile? Water. A little splash of water. Not a lot. But I typically do not drink my single malts with anything unless it's like unless it's like an Ardbeg, like really super hot, smoky, peaty Islay. Like Ardbeg is one of the harsher Isleys. It's great, but it's a very hot whiskey, especially the Ardbeg Beast. We call it the Wee Beastie. Usually a little splash of water, not like just a few drops, not even a splash, but like a few drops of water just helps elevate the flavors and calm down the heat. Proceed to empty the bottle. Yeah, not exactly. I want to enjoy this. I want to give this a chance to breathe. So I'm getting the notes of let's see here. Let me indulge me, guys. We're gonna kill the world here in just a minute, but you know they're already sick, so they can indulge me and let me just taste this scotch. So I'm definitely getting the vanilla on the nose. Not really picking up on that sea smokiness, that sea salt or whatever. Kind of anxious to see what I get on the palate. All right, here we go, guys. Cheers, Skull. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. And here's a toast to wiping out humanity. So, Skull. You know, I'm not mad about that one. I'm not mad about that at all. Definitely more like a space side or a lowland scotch. I'm not really picking up, not on the first sip. And here's the other complex and fun thing about scotch tasting is that the taste that you get, the flavors that you get on the first pull, like on that first sip of the dram, is going to be different the second time around, the third time around, because your profile, your palate, I should say, has started to pick up on some of the profiles. And so like you're going to get an initial flavor on the front end, as we call it, when you first taste it. It's going to kind of navigate through all of your sinuses and things, and you're going to get a flavor profile on the back end. You know, that aftertaste. Aftertaste just sounds horrible. We call it the back end, the flavor on the back end flavor. Not that we're tasting people's back ends, but you know what I mean. We out here not doing that. Yeah. Yeah, very rich on the front end, like almost like a caramel. And it's after it comes down through, and you kind of breathe it out. You get those like spicy notes of cinnamon. It's a lighter scotch. It's not like a deep, rich, and it's interesting because that smokiness. It's not like when you're talking about like oak barrels and aged in barrels, it's not like a bourbon thing. There's not like a bourbon thing going on. It's not a very deep, rich afterwards. It's deep and rich on the front end because like that caramel kind of butterscotch almost, and then it's light on the back end. All right, guys, thank you for indulging me. Unleash. Let's kill. Let's get over here and just start destroying people. All right, I'm gonna do it. We want to start with the rash symptoms and work into total organ failure, or do we want to start with the anemia? I've always seen good success with starting in either one of those two, and then just evolve them as we go. But smell-o-vision hitting you strong. Well, that's good. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all about to Die. Systemic infection. I'm just doing what I can with what I got. All right. That should start getting some attention. Let's see what we got. So, back to this lovely thing. We just infected the world with a series of things. A new minor disease is spreading. Nothing to be alarmed with, guys. You know, we're just talking about things like, anemia, tumors, internal hemorrhaging, systemic infections, and sweating. Nothing to be alarmed about. Spicy cereal, hail and welcome, says creamy while finishing sauce. Oh, creamy white finishing sauce. Yeah, that's first death in the Balkan states from the white creamy sauce. I'm assuming that you're referring to Alfredo sauce, because what else could you possibly be referring to? Africa's starting a cure research. Yeah, well, good luck. We're already at, over 2 million people dead. And we shall see if we were able to accomplish a severe enough strain of a virus that we look at people are dying by the millions. 4 million, 6.5 million, 8.5 million. People are dying by the millions now, people. Italy is shutting down airports. Oh, yeah. Well, you guess what? It's too late for that because we're not transmitting anything. We're not transmitting nothing. Jesse, do you have anything to do tomorrow? Because if not, I better see you fall into drunken coma in this stream. I do not have anything to do tomorrow, and as a matter of fact, I am alone. I have the whole house to myself. Japan begins to break down. Well, it serves you right with your earthquake having ass. But trust me, if you expect me to be in a drunken stupor tomorrow, then you're going to be here a long time, buddy. 63 million people dead because of Angerboda. Oh, look at that little bubble. I get to pop another bubble, guys. Yay. I do appreciate everyone tuning in and watching. We've consistently kept around the 5, 6, 7 viewer mark, which is awesome. So if you guys are having fun and you want to throw a little, bread to the old Midgard Musings YouTube channel, feel free and think about sending in a super chat donation. If not, it's cool. Just throwing it out there. It's an idea. It's a thought. I had it. I had to say it. Something in there about a pandemic alert. We got 290 million people dead, and there's a 15% cure being developed. This isn't killing as nearly as fast as I was hoping it to, and our DNA points are not racking up very quickly. Our strategy is flawed, and I have a feeling that we may not kill the world. I don't know. I mean, we're killing at a pretty steady rate, at least. 557 was 520. So I mean, we're getting there, but we're almost at a 25% cure, and the DNA points are starting to climb a little bit. They're starting to crawl in. I think I should have started at this. I think I should. Well, see, this is what I really want. I want this coma thing, but I'm still way away from that with my DNA points. Oh, I wonder if I devolve. What if I devolve anything? If I devolve some of these and build it up here to get closer to this. Am I just overcomplicating things? I think I'm overcomplicating things. Don't want to complicate it. Do I drink soup out of the can? No, I am a cultured man and I like to heat my soup up in bowls, preferably over the stove. And I like to add flavor to it. I never eat anything straight out of a can or a package. I will eat things out of packages and out of cans, but I will never just eat it straight as is. I will always cook it down. I will always render it. I will always add something to it. I'll always make it unique. That way, it's never just what you would get off the shelves, right? Even with like instant ramen, like the idome noodles, the mi goreng noodles, the various different ones, the nongshin shim ramyun noodles, the different ones. Like none of those ever are just what I heat up and eat out of the packet. I'll always add something to it, add an egg, throw in some onions, throw in some, I don't know, mayonnaise, whatever. Always doctor it up a little bit. Yeah. Wyatt Coverdale retracted a message, everybody. Let's point that out and say, haha, you retracted a message. I don't care. Guys, the Cure, we're at 41%. I don't like that. I don't like those. I don't like those odds. What I need right now is I need 28 points to induce a coma into these jokers. And I'm still far, 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 far away. 1.5 billion people are dead. Uh-oh. Now I got to pop bubbles. And these bubbles, I don't know what the point is of popping them because they don't stop anything from happening. Like the Cure is still being developed. You know? Spicy cereal. Progresso chicken noodle. Yeah, man. I mean, Progresso, look, like Progresso, I got nothing bad to say about Progresso. If they wanted to sponsor an episode, I would eat Progresso out of a can, cold, if they wanted to sponsor a gaming live stream one day. But preferably, I would like not to. The symptoms. What can I do? What can I do? Abscesses. Increasing infections rate. You know what? Why not? Let's just evolve it. I want to make this as bad as it is because I already feel like we're gonna. I mean, 1.8 billion people dead, and the Cure is over half developed. You know, if things go on the way we're talking now, we're 3 months away from a cure. I don't like them odds. Moved it up for you. It says we don't take kindly to y'all bubble popping. Oh, bubble poppers. Oh, and I see the one where he says now drink from the bottle. Boy, you acting like that's a rare thing for me to do. I ain't against it. That is a nice scotch. I am not mad about that one bit. Yeah, guys, we're not going to kill the world. Wow, I'm usually much better at this game than this. 65% cure, 2.5 billion people dead. They're going to get us. We have to take a different strategy next time. Oh, just Amber hurting in my mouth. Gah. I just saw that. Golly, dude. Shit. Literally shit. Shit. Shit in the shits. Man. 70%. Goodness gracious. Who is leading the Cure on this? And why are they so damn good at it? New Zealand, Germany, and Central Europe. Huh. Well, I didn't see that one coming. That's what she said. can't even evolve anything. Okay. We definitely need to take a different approach on this. I don't remember this. I mean, this is on normal level. This isn't even that complicated. I just don't remember trying to beat this level because I've played this game, dozens of times before. Spat right into the microphone. Sorry. You got the ASMR action that you didn't ask for. Saliva to the face. What's our music sounding like? I can't even hear it. It's barely anything. It's just a little bit of crackling of the fire. Have we really been going? What the heck? An hour and 20 minutes already? Wow. Yeah. We're not going to win this round, and I've been doing this for over an hour. Shoo-wee. Shoo-wee. What else is everybody? What about everybody else? I mean, 85%, 3 billion people dead. What are we looking like here? 42% of the world is dead. I think they're going to make it. There's no healthy people left yet. Those people that are sick, those 4 billion people that are sick, a percentage of those people are fighting like mad to get this thing fixed. Yeah, but I need to get this one, man. Like, I need to get this next one. We're gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get this next one. Trust me. So here's what I think we need to change our strategy on. I think what we need to do next time is still the same thing, transmission wise. I want to get this. I'm gonna rely on you guys to tell me, because I started with air and water. I want you guys on this next round. First of all, I'm gonna need a name for the disease. So start dropping names down here. It's Canada's fault. I mean, they are the ones that were kept farting around, being all healthy and shit. Yeah. But so here's a couple things. I need a name of the virus. We've already done Jormungandr. We just did Angerbolda. I'm gonna need another name for this next virus, and then I'm gonna need to know where and which country we need to start in, and then I want us to collectively. I want the community. I want you guys out here watching with me to tell me what I need to develop as far as transmission. I still think that the approach to not developing symptoms until later on, until the whole world is infected, is the right approach. But then I think we also need to really focus on resistance and building those the anti growth, the whatever you call it. Obviously, we don't need that anymore. So, give me some ideas, because we're about to get our asses handed to us. We lost this round, but we use the loss as a learning experience. Angola declares martial law. Kill them all, as they say. Thream, I like that. Holder's arrow. Okay, I like that one too. That's I like that one a lot, actually. Holder's arrow, the thing that does them in. Whatever happened to the live stream every week for 6 hours at a time? We were all so close then. Yeah, I felt those a lot. Obviously, when you're sitting here streaming and talking and doing everything that I was doing for all that length of time. I mean, that was not sustainable. I'm pretty awesome, but I'm not that awesome. I can't do that for a sustainable level of things. The cure is about 95% complete. Deployment will start shortly. You suck, Jesse and team. You lost. That's okay though. We learned from things. But yeah, they were a lot of fun, Wyatt. I mean, they were fun, and they were just like, I can't sustain that. Okay, so Harthel says sort, and to start in Egypt. That's a very, very specific. I didn't even figure out where the heck Egypt is. It's somewhere up north, isn't it? Isn't that like North Africa? There it is. Okay, I know where it is. So you're telling me to start in Egypt? So I got Holder's Arrow, Threme, Surt. I mean, nobody else is giving me a country, so I guess we'll start in Egypt. That's a new one on me. I've never done that before. Um, but if we'll start in Egypt, I guess we'll start in Egypt because Harthel was the first, and he's actually a new you're at a new channel member level at the uh, king slash chieftain level. So what you say goes, my friend. And then CO Grizzle says Threem. So we're gonna do. I'll split the difference with you. We got two super chat or two channel member um, comments down here. We got Cert Fever, and we got Threem. Cert Fever starting in Egypt. I don't know. I mean, I think these are all great ideas. It's hard to pick just one. I love Threem. I love EST, Wyatt. EST what? I don't know why I'm popping things. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I'm just gonna evolve things until I'm old and drift away. All right. So, Sorts Fever. Let's do Sorts Fever in tell you what. Let's do the rat Angabode is about to be eradicated. Yeah, we get it. We sucked on this one. But we were able to kill almost 4 billion people. So you guys did great. We all did great on that. We got more than half the world infected and killed before the wouldn't that be something? If almost 4 billion people were eradicated from the world. Wow. That would be something. So there are no infected people. They're all dying. They're all dead. And Angerboda has been eradicated. All right. 1,022 days. Exit that. Let's go. Okay. All right. So we said what? We said Cert Fever. Gonna be a hot one. And we are going to start this in Egypt, which I believe is right here. No, that's Libya. There's Egypt. Learning Psycho Killer by Talking Heads on bass. Nice. Love the Talking Heads. Remember that one song? Well, I've seen sex and I think it's all right. I think that's how it goes. Same as it ever was. All right. I need to get a screenshot of that. Hold on. Cert's fever begins in Egypt. Hell yeah, yo. Let's go. You think this will be the one? I hope it is. I hope we get this one, guys. I hope we get this one. What is that? Something removes seats for passengers. What? I missed that part. Something said about removing seats for passengers. So Egypt is infected. And now we wait. I love this crackle and talk. It's like there's, I don't even know. I just hear like background of this audio here. And I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Budget airlines plan to remove seats for passengers. I would approve that because especially for like these little like puddle jumper flights. I mean, people get on trains and subways and they stand, on subways for however long just to get from point A to point B. So, why not get rid of seats in airplanes and just tell them to stand there? You're going to be on this flight for like 45 minutes. You're going from like Atlanta to Nashville or whatever. Like before we even get to cruising altitude, we're going to be descending to land. So you don't need a seat. You don't need to sit down. Matter of fact, do some jumping jacks. Do some push-ups, do some burpees. Burn some calories while you're cruising through the air like a weirdo. The first 4D film has been released, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that just what we would call life? I don't know. You tell me. Isn't life four-dimensional? Because what's the fourth dimension? I thought we live in. Anyway. Turn up the bass on the mic and get really close to it so I can have something to fall asleep to tonight. Oh, I can get really close, but you'll have to turn up your volume, Wyatt, because this is about as high as it's going to get. But if you're needing something to sleep to, then man, I'll be right here to speak into your ears, tickle your ear hairs, and rock you to sleep in the most gentlest and mind-numbing way possible, baby. Something like that. But without the yelling, without the jarring yelling. Gains, says CEO Grizzle. CEO Grizzle with the gains o'clock, motherfucker. Swole is the goal, size is the prize. It's gains o'clock, motherfuckers. Let's go. I'm still not even buzzed. I'm just high on life, y'all. You ever been high on life? You should try it. Because I do not advocate the misuse of synthetic substances that could be potentially damaging and harmful to your well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, you're too sober for this. Well, what the hell am I then? Because this little thing right here is just a nice little something. You guys ever watch Tombstone? I have not yet begun to defile myself. That's a line that Val Kilmer, in his role as Doc Holliday, says when he's like not 3 sheets to the wind, but like 47 sheets to the wind, playing poker or whatever he's playing, Pharaoh, I don't know. And Wyatt comes in, he's like, Doc, don't you think it's time to stop? And he says, nonsense, I have not yet begun to defile myself. And he says, look, Doc, we should go. And he says, I will not be part of that. Thank you very much. And that real thick Georgia accent. Beautiful drunken Texan voice. Yeah, what if I was to do, I just missed a bubble. You again, Wyatt, missing my bubbles over here. What if I was to, I got an idea. So what's the opposite of a drunken Texan voice? You're sitting here, be like Sam Elliott, right? Well, I'll tell you what,
You wanna go to bed right now, then I'll tell you you just need to lay your head down on that there pillar. Cross your arms in front of your chest right there, and then tip your hat over your eyes, and you'll just be drifting right off into La La Land here just a minute.
The opposite of that would be like the annoying, loud New Yorker, like, all right, you're laying down now. Don't forget to turn off the lights, crank the air up. Okay. Put the food in the refrigerator before it spoils. You don't want your mother screaming at you in the morning. Go ahead and lay down. You'll be okay. It'll be all right. That's jarring. We don't want none of that. Being high off your own brain fluids. What? How do you get high off brain fluids? Asking for a friend. Mr. Bubbles, yes. Well, guess what? I'm going to be a bit more vigilant now. Thanks to you, young man. The opposite of the drunken Texan, which is an English accent. Right, so if you want to just go ahead and lay your head down there on that soft feather down pillow and slowly drift off into a comfortable, soothing position, in no time, you will absolutely, 100% and completely relaxed. Cheers. How's that? Do you guys think I have a future in voiceover, ASMR sleep? Well, I don't know what they call it. Maybe that's the future of the podcast, huh? Forget about random heathen ramblings. Let's do different voices for soothing sleep. What does that say? Search fever infects hundreds. It has affected hundreds in Egypt. All right, well, let's go ahead and transmit this a bit. I need some buy-in. The air and the water thing worked out pretty good in terms of spreading it fast, but what should I do? Let's hear from you. I already got, what is it, Harthel's name and region for where the virus started, so I need some other buy-in. I need CO Grizzle. I need Wyatt. I need anybody else that's watching here. I got 3 people commenting, and I've only got, I got 2 more people over here that are lurking. So I need your buy-in. I need your offerings here. I need you to submit this into the live, chat and tell me, what do we need? How are we going to do this? We're going to do this with the birds. We're going to do this with the rats. We're going to do this with the mosquitoes. We're going to do this through the needles, through blood. We're going to do this through cows, air, water. What are we going to do? Tell me. You tell me. This is your virus as much as it is mine. I don't want to be the selfish one and spread this around all willy-nilly without taking your thoughts and stuff into consideration. Cattle, says CO Grizzle. Okay. Boom. Bada bing. And then what? What are we going to do? We got 1 cattle. Now we got 20 some odd points left to spread this with. So we got 1 for cattle. What's most popular in Egypt? I mean, they're Muslims, I think, is the dominating thing. So, they're not Hindi, so that cows aren't sacred. Rats, maybe? I don't know, man. I don't know what's most popular. What is the most popular method of transmitting a disease in Egypt? That's a weird thing to Google. I feel like I'd be put on a watch list if I were to look that up. Let's see. Infect the mosquitoes. Start in Egypt, so they have a lot of those. Okay. Frogs and flies. So let's do insects. Yeah, insect. Okay, good. So insects and cows. Let's see what it does. Let's see how well the disease spreads. I'm at level 6 still. All right, Harthel, the next one will be wind. We'll look at developing the wind motion, the motion of the ocean, but in the air. We got 20 minutes left on this audio. And you know what I think I might do? I think I might just you know, you guys have been so awesome. If I don't get monetized because I share content that gets me hit for copyright strikes, then so be it. But I think we're going to go to Donheim Radio once this is over with, because there's a lot of Donheim stuff, but there's also a lot of other really cool, like Viking, Norse, whatever stuff that they got on that radio. Burn the Nile red, baby. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I love the enthusiasm. Hey guys, just so you know, New Zealand is the center of magnetic field shifts, and in a recent fluctuation in the Earth's magnetic field, most likely due to Wyatt Coverdale's brain fluids. It's too strong to be harnessed by New Zealand as a source of power. And I said that verbatim because that's what it said on the screen. In case you didn't realize that, it's Wyatt's brain fluids. All right, so we said wind. Harthol said wind, so we're gonna evolve that. And let's just spread this around, man. The world is still not quite. I mean, now we're getting into hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and such. So we'll see how this does. This is a totally different strategy, man. This is a totally different strategy than what I'm used to. So we're gonna see how it goes, how she goes. So intelligent. Cert's fever spreads to Saudi Arabia. Hey, riding them camels right through the desert. There we go. That's what I want to see. I want to see more infectious bubbles popping up. I want to see this thing spread around, man. Being so stingy. Spread the love. Spread it all greasy and stuff, you know? So intelligent that my brain fluids cause mass shift in electromagnetic pole of the Earth. I mean, when it happens, when it doesn't, does it? Cert in the Nile. Rusty Rake declared a weapon. Huh. Well, I suppose it could be. I mean, anything's a weapon. Anything could be a weapon. Missing woman has entered police box with strange man. Nausea symptoms. All right, so I think the general consensus is we do not want to evolve symptoms at this time because the virus is still too young and has only infected thousands of people. So we will continue to devolve and evolve transmission. Let's get things spread around. Let's get everybody a part of Cert's fever. Because what did they say? What did Cert say about his fever? He says the only thing that'll cure his fever is more cowbell. I think that's a different kind of fever, but oh well. Cert and the Nile of Red. Yeah, man. That was an interesting tactic. I've played this game so many times and I've tried different areas. I've usually always start in either China or I'll start in India. I've never thought of starting in Egypt. I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this whole thing goes. This will turn into, I think by the time it's all said and done, especially at this rate, I think we're going to, see about a 4-hour long live stream because it is about 15 minutes past the hour, which means I've been streaming for 2 hours. And I think by the time this is all said and done, we will be looking at close to a 4-hour stream. I would not have expected that. But, you can't ever, you got to expect the unexpected with this. Surt's sword is the fire. And he uses a fire dude. Just imagine a giant with a flaming sword in Egypt. Yeah, that would catch some attention. I mean, this big flaming sword anywhere, you know, just walking down the streets of Manhattan or whatever, like that would definitely catch some gazes of alarm. Like, ooh, you're not from around here, are you? Are you from Westchester County? Are you from Ulster County? No, you must be from Buffalo. You know, them Buffalo people are. I was walking around with flaming swords, killing the world. Not bad. 5.5 million people. Scientists are increasing their understanding of inflammation. Well, that's nice, but we don't care. What is this? Bacteria resistance. Creates a bacterial shell to protect against all climates. Yes, please. I want this thing to be impervious to infections in all climates. And at this rate, we are more infectious than TB. So, Surt's fever, SF, is more infectious than TB, which of course is the tuberculosis virus. I don't know. But yeah, so we're still holding strong, guys. We've been streaming now for over 2 hours. We still got 5 live viewers, and we're steadily on our way, as we were before, in a slow but steady path of infection. There's another one. There's India. Finally, we finally got India. I don't know, man. I think it's getting late, and I think we need to think about our music choices. What do you guys think? You guys ready to change? Because all I hear is this like chatter in the background and flames. Like it's almost putting me to sleep. Medicine in the USA is slowing the infection involved the drug resistance ability. Yes, I know. I need more DNA points to do that. Okay. Jesus. I also need some badass fucking tunes here, man. Sorry for the exclamation of profanity. Yeah, I know. Popping red infectious bubbles. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Go, man. Here we go. Bimble Radio. Streaming now. I'm getting there. Come on. There we go. Don't want it to rattle our ears too much, but there we go. We got some tunage now. Sheesh. Man of war. I can only take so much hypermasculinity. We're more infectious than HIV, whatever that is. Just kidding. I know what HIV is. That's not something to joke around about. Joke about around. All right. Now we're changing the theme, man. Now we're getting kind of, with it. Focus. 82 million people infected. Come on now. Did you hear about that crazy shooting that happened? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Wyatt. Devastating. Another one happened, I think, earlier today or yesterday in California. The one in New York was definitely a racial hate crime. It was racially targeted. Absolutely devastating, disgusting. I hate hearing about stuff like that. The one in California, I believe, was a politically driven attack. Yeah, I feel bad, but the shadow they revealed was powerful. do you mean? But the shadow they revealed was powerful. It was a sacrifice. What do you mean by that? Shadow they revealed. What are you talking about, man? All right, 16 DNA points. Time to boost our resistance capabilities. We need to stop this thing from spreading. Drug resistance. Yes, please. Thoughts on Depp versus Howard? Or Heard, I'm sorry. Man. Yeah, why not? Look, I don't really I don't keep track of stuff like that to a great extent because it doesn't concern me that greatly in the sense that, you know, whatever happens. But I mean, I get it that it's a hot topic. It's a trending topic. Depp's lawyers are annihilating Amber Heard and her panel of, you know, like her attorneys are a bunch of numbskulls from what I've seen, and it's more comical than anything half the time. Like it's one giant meme on it's an ongoing meme. It seems it's so satirical when you just like tune in and look at certain things at certain points. So like is this real life? Is this actually what's going on? I think it definitely brings a valid concern to the forefront of everybody's minds. I mean, men are victims of domestic abuse and domestic violence and all that kind of stuff, and it has not been largely recognized or here comes the tsunami, Johnny Tsunami. What do we got? About 5,000 dead? 500? 600? I said 500 on my second guess. I said 5,000 the first one. It's 514. So anyway, but you know, both, you know, the larger, I guess, common or popular opinion is, you know, how, well, you know, men can't be victims of domestic abuse. Yes, they absolutely can. Objective hearsay. Yeah, right. That's the common like thing. Everything is hearsay. Buffalo is awful. I'm just reading your response there, Wyatt. Buffalo is awful, and it's because the police don't care about us. I mean, in what communities would you say that the police care? They are public servants, and at large, they are, you know, abusing their authority. In many cases, you know, not just Buffalo. That in the shadows. Okay, so it's become the police don't care about us. That is the shadow that they revealed, and now because of that, popping a bubble in Vietnam or Southeast Asia, wherever that is. Hold on a second. Let me just read these. So Buffalo is awful, and it's because the police don't care about us. That is the shadow that they revealed. And now, because of that, we've fallen into anarchy. Ever since that, the city has been going wild. So are we seeing something similar in Buffalo like we saw, I want to say, sometime in 2020 when things started going, we started seeing this stuff? It was shortly after the what's his name was killed by cops too. We see this a lot with when there's, you know, whether it's hate crimes or whether it's crimes that are executed by those in authority, law enforcement, you know, things because they feel like they're above the law. They you know, the law doesn't impact them, that sort of thing. It sounds like something very similar, saying you're in a state of anarchy. I mean, I think I understand the sentiment. I just don't think that it is actually that. I don't think actual anarchy is taking place. Personally, it's interesting to finally watch all of that corruption burned. Yeah. I mean, what a time to be alive, guys. I mean, just as an overall and an overarching conversation. I mean, what a freaking time to be alive. I've said this before in many live streams and in many, mostly podcasts, I think. But the sentiment is shared overall that is, we live in saga times. Sagas were written and stories were told about, you know, wild things that happened that impacted and affected nations and populations and things. And we are living in those times now. We are definitely living in saga times. Yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm evolving this resistance to drugs and its durability in all climates. I want this thing to be impervious to disease, cures, right? USA, New Zealand, bada bing, bada boom. I mean, it's been just a wild time to be alive for me, within the last 5 years, man. More recently, just, you know, last couple of years, but just seeing the way the world is going and seeing some of the things that are going on, it's like I never would have thought that this is what I would be seeing at this point in my life. And you know, we're probably all in the same boat with that. We're probably all like, look at this world here. Look at the world that is literally dying in front of us. You know, Cert's fever is going wild, man. 700 million people are sick, and they don't even know it yet, man. They won't know it until it hits them square in the face with the flaming sword of Cert. You know. Definitely puts things into perspective. Definitely puts things into perspective. The government slipped up. So what else is new? Saw a shadow hiding behind their fallen light. And now the Great Awakening has begun. I mean, that's been going on, man, you know. But things that used to get swept under the rug aren't. Things are definitely being actioned when it's like, you know, man, I don't know. It really feels like Hobomall stanza 127, you know. When evil is recognized, evil is being acknowledged as such, and no quarter is being given. There is no peace. You know, business as usual. Nothing's been noticed yet. So I think that we just continue to allow things to spread and transmit in this way, and we boost up the resistance and the abilities to fight it. That way, hopefully we get enough DNA points built up that we can unleash Cert's fever in its most raw and destructive form. Right, when you see evil, call it evil and allow your enemies no breath. That's a variation of the stanza, you know, when you recognize wrong, count that wrong as your own and give you a piece of order. Right, like it's translated different ways and in different versions of the Havamal, but it's definitely being lived out because of, and almost to a fault, I think, if you can even say that, because there's this ongoing cancel culture thing where people are like, well, you can't say that and that's wrong and this and that, and I'm one of those people that, like, if you're wrong, I get called out on this a lot. I get called out on the fact that, you know, I don't validate, I don't this or that. And I got to sit back and I go, okay, well, I will validate your feelings are or whatever, because they are valid, you're feeling them. But I'm also, and then I've also been told, like, you would argue with a fence post, you would argue with the wall. Meaning me. Like, I would argue with the wall. And my response to that is, well, look, I will argue with the wall and the fence post if they each think that there's something other than what they're not. If the wall thinks that they're a fence post, then I will argue with that wall and be like, no, I'm sorry, you're not a fence post, you're a wall, right? If it's facts and if it's unequivocal, you know, you can't argue with it, but you're just delusional in what you're thinking, then I'm going to make that assessment. I'm gonna make that argument. I'm gonna approach it in that way. I'm not gonna argue where I don't think it needs to be argued, but I'm also not gonna just let people sit there and be lied to and believe things that are just simply not true. I mean, I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could just not give a shit, but you know, more often than not, it's with people that are close to me. And so I'm like, no, I'm sorry. You know, yeah, you're valid in feeling the way you're feeling, but your feelings are way off course and you need to be brought back into the right course of action. So yeah, you can be valid in feeling all the ways you want to feel, but you need to understand how to approach it and approach it in the right way. Madagascar starting the cure research, or starting a cure research. Turkey starts cure research. Oh, okay. So guess what, guys? You know, we're only 2.5 billion people infected. And there is an understanding that there is something, a minor disease spreading that is causing alarm, and there's a cure being developed. Oh, crap. What did I do? I hit the wrong thing. I evolved something that I didn't want to evolve. I started to devolve it. You jerk. I got to talking about stuff. I may have screwed the pooch on this one, guys. We'll see. I don't know. Got to talking about things that I get fired up about, and I clicked on the wrong option. It's not the scotch, I promise you that. Trust me. The cure is still 0%. What are we at here? 10 years away. Okay, so I devolved all the symptoms. So hopefully that, like, I don't know, took it off everybody's radar. Let's see what we can do here. What is this? Bacteria shell further. What is this one? Increasing work. Oh man, that's pretty heavy duty. I think I'm just gonna sit back and let the DNA points rack up. 2.5, almost 3 billion infected. So, 4 people watching. It's getting late. You guys are starting to drop off here. I understand. I get it. I'm just gonna keep going and try to kill the world. We're going to get to 3 billion people here in just a second. Charities are holding a Certs Fever Awareness Day to raise the profits for this disease and encourage development of a cure. Oh, ain't that sweet? No, man, that doesn't speak well to me. I don't like that. I don't want people to discover us just yet. Iceland, oh god, now the Icelanders are involved. You know they're gonna fix this. They're like, oh god damn it, CERT again? We know that motherfucker. they're familiar with that. Yeah, they're gonna figure out a cure right away. Look at that. There we go. 1% cure. Wow. I think this game has gotten self-aware. I don't remember this being this drawn out and difficult to try to beat this game before. Dance for my amusement. Dance for me. Yeah. You would like that, wouldn't you? I don't care. Not you, Wyatt. I'm not saying I don't care about you. I'm just saying I don't care about something else. 2:30. Wow, it's early, man. Shit. I've been doing this for over 2 hours, and it's still early. And look at the world is more than, what is it, 53, 56%? I said 53. 52. Look at that, man. I almost called that exactly. 52%. I don't like this, though. I don't like this 5-year junk, and that there is efforts being focused on that. I do not like that. I think that I need to just sit back and let these DNA points rack up, and then get it to where we're Alex texting me at this hour. Who is texting me at this hour? Let's take a look. Wyatt, if it's you, I swear to God. Yeah, I hear you. I don't care. I don't care about none of it. I don't know. I'll read your text later, and maybe respond to that in some way. I'm just trying to eradicate humanity over here, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I was hoping that the virus would spread through the Mediterranean. I know, right? I mean, it's still going at a pretty good freaking rate here. And I'm not touching these DNA points because I want us, like this over here, these abilities. I mean, I feel like this is, I don't know, man. I want to have enough points. I want to have enough points to when I evolve this disease, that it's gonna like shock the monkey, man, and it's gonna really just totally ruin the world. We still have a chance at this. We still got a lot of people left to infect, but once they're infected, boy, once we unleash Cert's fever on the world in its fatal form. All right, cysts symptoms mutate. Let's not evolve the symptoms, dumbass. Devolve. Thank you. Once we unleash Cert's fury on the world, Cert's fever on the world, after everyone's been infected, I mean, I think we've got a fighting chance at this. 5.3 billion. It's a slow build, man. It's a slow infection. Tell you what I'm saying. There is one hell of a coincidence. I mean, everything's coincidental, dude. Oh no, Cert's fever's placed on the watch list. Oh no, would you look at that? The fever's placed on the watch list, y'all. Oh my God. What are we gonna do? 5.4 billion people on this world are infected, and now we got this on the stupid watch list. Todd Chrisley. Tell me the man ain't gay, because he sure sounds like it. If gay had a sound, it would be Todd Chrisley. And on to the next one. Blast the anti-cure stuff. Yeah, blast it. I mean, we're doing good, man. Like what is this? Class 3 and 4 antibodies. Maybe that. Okay. 5.5 billion people. Maybe things will just, work itself out. Maybe people will be like, oh, this isn't as bad as we thought it was. And we'll just, we just got a little cold and we'll just take a little aspirin or a Tylenol. We shall see, though. It's slow growing, man. I don't know about this Egypt start point. questioning my life choices now. It's been a slow go. I feel like we need to. Should we evolve the transmission? See, this is where I'm so stuck. It's like these points. Oh, now that great. Now the U.S. is man. Once the USA grabs a hold of things, you're pretty much screwed. Now hit him with a coma. Kapow! Right? If I could, I would. It's all right. Give me them bubbles, baby. Give me them bubbles. Give me them bubbles. More water. Oh no. Pop the blue cure button. Bubbles. Great. Now we're here. All right. All right. Hold on. More water. Yeah, spread it. Spread it! Oh yeah, spread it! First thing you know, you go a bit off go a bit of sniffing. Next thing you know, you're in a coma. Ain't that how it always starts? And look at Russia. Russia's just chilling with business as usual. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure you are. Russia. We're getting at you. We're getting at you. They're starting to climb. U.S. president has taken ill. Yes! Sorry, didn't mean to sound so enthusiastic about that malady. Or that malady. That thing that has befallen the POTUS. Guys, I'm really happy with this Scotch finding, man. Like I'm happy with it. For under $30, the fact that this exists and I've only just now discovered it because they haven't had it on the shelves before is alarming, but here we go. USA just shut down the airports. This is not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to rethink our approach on things the next time we go around. This is 2 in a row. The last time we played this game, the first one got us, and the second one we defeated it. We need to get past the bacteria level in order to achieve the viral stage of this game. But we can't do that until we beat this level on the bacterial level. So I'm going to have to do some extensive research, okay, on how we can eradicate the world with the bacterial level. And then I'm just going to run with it. I'm going to run with it like a kid with a pair of scissors in his hand, all willy-nilly and not caring for my life at all. Just waving that sucker around. I'm about to kill the world, y'all. Here we go. Did you say you enchanted the entire Coca-Cola industry so that whenever I drink one, I fall into deep trance? You'd be amazed by what you can do just by thinking about something in a certain way. I mean, you want to go there, buddy? Because thought is intent, and intent. Cool. There's an app for that. Now Applesoft has announced that iCure can help cure Cert's fever, and then the release date is TBD. But man, thought is intent, and when you put your intent and your focus into something, I mean, I know that's satirical a bit, like you're playing around, but like, you know, there's something to be said for that. And then once you manifest the thought, once you manifest the idea into existence and action it in some way, you effectively cast the spell. It's literally spell casting, you know. If I tried the vampirism route, I have not. I don't think. Well, yeah, we did. We did the. I mean, no, we didn't. We did. I thought we did it, but we didn't. I mean, at this point, it's spreading the disease. We're at 6. We're look at how close we are. No, at 80-something%, 90% infected, and the cure is only at 15%. I'm trying to bide my time a bit and get the DNA points racked up. I mean, I still don't think we're gonna win, because once we unleash the devastation of Cert's fever on the world, I think it's gonna be a bit too late. I still think we're gonna have some issues. Greenland even infected? Yeah, no. See, like Greenland's not even infected. So, I don't know. I'm trying to save my DNA points to be able to put out the most effective disease, the most lethal disease, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, to Wyatt's, to what you were saying, I don't know if Harthal's comment was directed to you or to the game, but to my point is in terms of what you were saying, enchanting the Coca-Cola company, but that's a thought, that's a seed that gets planted. It's how you manifest it thereafter that where it becomes the actual casting of the spell, as it were. So you can think things, you can will things into existence. We have that power. And it's not mystical either. It's just like, that's exactly, I mean, you got to do it. You got to do the thing. It doesn't, I'm not trying to be like, oh, fluffy bunny woo-woo, neo-pagan-y type stuff. I mean, it's just like, hey, if you want a steak to be cooked a certain way, you've got to do the thing to cook it in that way, right? You got to have the intent to do it, and then you got to put the work in to achieve the end results. So it's spell work for sure, in some form or fashion. What we got up here? We got, what's that? Sweden got suits fury. Oh, USA are setting up trauma centers. Oh, now Greenland finally got it. Yay. I don't know, man. 19%. The cure is being developed. I mean, we got a pretty strong thing set up here. I don't know. Maybe I do that and just try to slow it down even more. Oh, well. I did it. I want to slow down this curability rate. I want things to spread as much as possible. Necro-Nicky, hello, hail and welcome. And then Wyatt says, holy crap, you're here, Necro? Cool. I don't know Necro-Nicky, but hail and welcome. It sounds like Wyatt is very familiar with you, so I'm going to give a very special warm thanks and welcome to you for participating in this Plague Inc. Gaming live stream where we're just drinking scotch. At least I am drinking scotch and trying to kill the world. We've not successfully done it yet. We've been streaming now for about 2.5 hours. And the USA is leading efforts to cure this disease, and 6.5 billion people in the world are infected. So that's a kind of an update on where we are with things. But hail and welcome to you. Thank you so much. Wyatt says, I'll tell you now, from what he learned from hidden occult philosophy, it has nothing to do with intent. That's the beginner way of doing it. All right, look, everybody starts somewhere, right? And I don't know the audience that is absorbing the stuff that I'm talking about. So I always approach it from a novice's level, okay? I do. I know the difference between intent and purpose. I know what there is to do with actual spell work. I have literally spoken and heard the voice of the sacred, okay? I don't get into all that kind of stuff because I'm on a different level with it, but I don't discount people's experiences and understanding of things from wherever they are. So we're all at different levels and stages of our journey. So wherever you find yourself at, wherever you know where yourself to be is, then great. We'll talk about that. And I'm pretty sure, or at least I will, you know, I'll approach it in a way that if I know that I can be, the eye cure is a success. Oh no, you know, we're off to the races here with that. But you know, if I feel like it's outside of my scope or if it's not in my wheelhouse to discuss, then I'll back out of it. But I've got more than just, you know, intermediate and beginner level understanding of this type of stuff. The cure is at a 27% completion rate, which is crazy because we've developed such incredible, you know, what do they call these things? Genetic reshuffles, I guess. Whatnot. So, but yeah, real familiar. I mean, that's not the type of stuff that I'm here to discuss. I don't talk about that type of thing because that is UPG. It is unverified personal gnosis. I don't talk that much about my own UPG, and what I do talk about is kind of I don't know. I'm happy to talk about stuff. I mean, we're here now, you know. So I mean, like, what do you want to get into? All and a lot of spirituality is originates in UPG. You know, that's I don't think that's unequivocally agreed upon, that most spiritual practices at some point in time, however many thousands or whatever years ago, originated in UPG. Nobody could verify other than the experience. I can verify through my experience what I've seen, what I've felt, and how I label it and what I determine it to be. So is that going to line up with everybody else's experience? No, not by, you know, name or not by category, but I think by the essence of it and by the experience of it, I think that it could be relatable to a lot of folks. Intention is a want, a desire. Most of the time it has nothing to do with the will. The true intention, if you say, I want a nice car, your will is going to say, I want a model or I want a mode of travel. Magic follows the path of least resistance. It works all the time. But there's a way to bend things. There's a way to insert yourself into that dynamic and to work things in a way. So yeah, I get it. I get the intent that it's, you know, it's intent is a desire. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, it's a desire to achieve a certain result. But what is the purpose behind what you're doing? Your intent is to get a new car. But why? What is the purpose? My intent is to fix my car. That's intent. The purpose for that is to fix my car so that way I can travel and be accessible and be mobile to achieve the you know, to meet the service needs of my people and to be accessible and that sort of thing, right? So it's all very mundane, you know, in its approach, but it can be looked at and it can, I think, be cultivated in a way that transcends the mundane and beyond the profane, right? At least that's my take on it. You know, when I sit in front of people, and when I look at people, and when I'm in a, you know, when we are partaking in ritual together, and there's unspoken words and there's emotions that are being shared, because of our, you know, will to do something, or our intent to do something, and to insert ourselves into that web of weird. I mean, the web exists without us being actively part of it, you know. But once you do become actively part of it, once you make yourselves, you know, a manifesting presence in that area, you're exposed to a lot of energies because of those, all the threads, you know, everything that gets intertwined. And again, UPG, man, like, this is all stuff that I'm saying that is what I've felt in my own experience, right? I'm not reading this from a book. I'm not telling you that I read this and, oh, this is what so-and-so said about whatever. This is real life experience. This is the stuff that I've gone through. This is the stuff that I've done. This is the thing that I have executed, and the results that I've achieved from doing said thing. I'm not reading from a book. I'm not reading from a script. I'm not telling you that so-and-so said something that I think I can relate to. I'm telling you that this is what I've done, and this is what I felt, and this is how it spoke to me. So that's, again, the UPG thing. And you can't argue with people about that. You can't say, well, no, you're actually wrong about it. I'm like, fuck you, but I felt it. I was there. You weren't. You know, like, I mean, so again, it's not a thing that I get into a very in-depth discussion about, because you can read about stuff all day long. You can understand definitions, descriptions, approaches to things, or whatever. When it comes down to it, you're going to feel things a certain way when you do a certain thing. I'm telling you what I felt, and not even really telling you. I'm just alluding to what I felt, and it's, you know, I don't get into the depths of it because of that very reason. And it, you know, no hate, no disrespect or whatever. It's just, again, it gets into stuff that is wildly debatable and open-ended at the very least, because of understandings and interpretations and concepts that we have, definitions of things, right? It's hard to, when you get to a certain point, to really define the approach. I get where you're coming from, where you're talking about intent being the want, you know, it's semantics. Unlike the semantics of the fact that the world at this point is 96% infected, and then there's a 38% chance that the disease is going to be cured, and the USA is leading the way on this one. Intention is the ego, and ego is not self. Ego is the illusion. Now, see, okay, I'm going to read the rest of your comment. Illusion does not exist, therefore it is no power over the reality with magic efforts, with magic effects. Only the will direct magic, and the will follows the path of least resistance. As all things in nature do, therefore magic cannot be affected by intention. It is affected by what is necessary in the moment. I've seen otherwise. I've experienced otherwise. I've dealt and been woven into things that say otherwise. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about it. I read what you're saying, and I understand where you're coming from, but when it comes about intention is the ego and ego is not the self, bullshit. You cannot kill your ego. Parts of your ego will die. Parts of my ego have died. Because I've killed it off, and it's not a death in terms of an extermination. It's a death in terms of that part needed to go away, and then it was resurrected and resurfaced into another form. And so there's other manifestations of the ego. The ego is ever going. The ego is ever existing. The ego is part of ourself that is undying. I say this because I've experienced it, and I've seen it, and I've done it. So that's that's what 6.9 billion people on this planet right now that have Cert's fever are thinking about dying. you know, and how the USA is going to cure their wounds. When you look yourself in the face one day, when you experience that reflection of yourself in the mirror, and you realize that everything in front of you that you thought was a big deal, everything that you were exposed to that you felt was so monumental, actually means next to nothing, and the importance of it all is, in comparison to the ultimate reality, is minuscule, and it pales in comparison to the overall bigger picture. Where we sit, where we as a species, where we as sentient beings exist in that whole overarching picture of things, you can't help but just be put in your place with it all, you know? And again, say what you want to say, throw over your vape, whatever, because I'm part Italian, I speak with my hands, I'm going to knock things over. Popping these blue bubbles. What else you got to say, Wyatt? I love this stuff. And hey, look, don't take what I'm saying as me like getting onto you or whatever. Like this is just, you know, healthy debate. You know, and if you can't have a healthy debate in your life, man, then you don't need to be in the life to begin with, man, because life is about debate. Life is about debating things. And Greenland over here with 75 infected people just chilling like they ain't nothing wrong, while the cure for cert's fever is almost 50%. What else you got to say? Of course, the ego can't die. The ego is part of the human experience. Yes, 100% agreed. It will always be there so long as you are alive. But that ego, that sense of self, cannot exist. Tell me where you are currently. Where I am currently. See, you can't. Where I am currently, Wyatt, is I am currently as my conscious self, right? Where I am currently is sitting in a chair in a room, which is in a house, which sits on a plot of land, which is in a regional section of the United States, the southeastern region, right? So I am sitting in a chair in a room in a house on a piece of land in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That would technically answer the question of where I am currently, but it is not where I am. Where I am is no place. I don't have a place where I am. I have many places where I am. Where I am as me, as myself. Now, what you see here, what you are listening to, what you are seeing through this screen in the little window or whatever, while we're trying to kill the world and failing miserably at it, right? That is one part of myself. That is the Hoger. That is the flesh and bone manifestation of this part of me, right? So where am I currently? My physical frame, you know, marinates in this region. But where am I currently? Where am I currently? Where are you currently? Where's anybody currently? You know? And that gets into the deep philosophical discussion about self and perception and all of that. Can you even really pinpoint and define where you are? We're all in different places. And there's earthquakes all over the world now. And the cure for Surt's fever is at 50%. And I don't think we're gonna kill the world. We're not even gonna get close to it. Right? You're in your room, Theo Grizzle. I'm in my room as well. As you can see behind me, I am quite literally in my room. My physical hogar, my body, myself is in a room. And it's in this room that I'm in. I'm not in your room. I'm not in her room. I'm not in his room. I'm not in their room. I'm in my room. Wyatt says, yes, you have no place. Your answering has no place. Your awareness has no place that it can exist in because it is formless. Thus, it cannot exist non-dualistically. That also means that it's the only thing that exists. But I like big butts and I can't. My spiritual body is in the meat carriage. Man, aren't we all just this meat wagon driving along our conscious selves? It's wild, man. It's wild to be aware and exist in such a limiting form. I'll never forget the moment that I reached a kind of heightened awareness. And simple physical tasks such as walking and breathing, I reached a point during that time where I said, man, this is such BS. This is so cumbersome. Breathing at the moment, like breathing at that time, like, oh my God, like breathing is so cumbersome. What is even this? Why do I have to do this? Right? Why do I have to breathe to exist? Like, I hate this. And then just walking around and all of it was like, oh man, like not this again. I hate it. So being confined to such a limiting form of existence is jarring when you reach a point of I guess enlightenment. And but here's the thing, here's the thing with enlightenment. There's nobody, and this is I'm not saying this to take credit on this myself. This is a quote from Terence McKenna. There's nobody who is so enlightened that they don't need to work on themselves. And that may be not a verbatim quote, but there is nobody who is so enlightened, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you've experienced, no matter how many shamanic journeys you've gone on, there's nobody who is so enlightened that they do not need to work on themselves. And that is where the true thing exists. That's where the true work exists. And when we talk about ourselves, we talk about a complex, deep being. We are so complex. We are so complex, because how I feel today, how I am today is going to be different than how I am tomorrow and how I feel tomorrow. But as overall, like there's consistency, there's a depth, there's a level that doesn't really change, at least in this physical form, what have you. But there is nobody who is so enlightened or reaches a level of enlightenment that they don't need to work on themselves, because we are limited, because we are tied to this limited form of existence, right? So to continue on with what Wyatt's saying, he says, things is, but also non-dualistically, there is no difference between existence and non-existence. So my point still stands. The will is not Jesse. The will is what is pretending to be Jesse to distract itself from being everything. Because if it were everything, then it would fall back into nothing. And then CO Grizzle says that's why you gotta put your body to bed and go adventuring astrally. Yes. But not everybody can do that, and not everybody should do that, and not everybody needs to do that. There is a necessary role for that type of thing, I think. Not everybody's going to be able to experience that because, look, man, like, to be honest, I think if everybody were this aware of the depth of our soul complexes, right? Because that's kind of what we're getting into is the soul complex and the depths of which are we as us exist. Like to Wyatt's point, the will is not Jesse, but the will is not me. The will is what is pretending to be me. And I'm still trying to process that. I'm still trying to digest that whole thing. To just, it's something to pretend itself to be me, to distract itself. We have to exist in a certain way amongst humanity, amongst our species to be functional, right? Like we have to exist in a way to be useful to our tribes, to our people, to our families, to our folk. But so what exists beneath the surface, what exists beyond that, is limited to what is on the outside. I mean, that is something I truly feel. So the more we become enlightened, the more we become aware, the more that we learn about these things, the more that we're opening up doors, we're unlocking levels, we're unlocking sections of the matrix, the puzzle, where we're discovering things about ourselves that were always there, that we just didn't have the eyes or the sight or the ability to see and be exposed to. And a lot of that stuff is locked off. You're not at a high enough level to get that. We've all played games to this point. Like I can't go and I can't get into the viral aspects of Plague Inc. right now because I'm still at the bacterial level. And until I beat this level, until I unlock that achievement, I'm still stuck here. So it's all framework, man. It's all, where are you at that level? Where are you at in this stage of the game? How many bubbles have you popped over your life, right? This is 2 for 2. We're not gonna get past this level tonight, guys. 6.9 billion people in the world are infected and nobody's died from the virus yet. At this point, I'm about ready to cut the live stream off, and I just want to start killing people. Let's just see how many people we can kill. No, forget that. I want to do this one. Oh, there's a fever. Let's do a fever. I want to give them a fever, and then I want total organ failure. Let's see how many people I can kill. It's Cert's fever, by the way, right? It's Cert's fever, so let's give him the fever. Let's see what we can do. We're not going to kill the whole world, but let's see the damage that we can cause. And the first death in Russia has occurred. I want total organ failure, and I need 33 DNA points to do it. Come on! I'm 23 away. See what we can do, guys. All 3 of us watching. It's CO, Gristle, it's Wyatt Coverdale, and probably me. All 3 of us. We're burning the midnight oil. Korea's breaking down. Am I getting any DNA points? Let's start devolving transmission because I don't know. This is even... the points I can get. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Gimme. I'll get to your comment here in just a second, Wyatt. Give me a moment. I need 33. I need 13 more for total organ failure. Yes. Healing very fast. That's what I like to hear. All right. People tend to ask me, why do I start sucking at magic when I reach a certain point of mastery? And I tell them it means you don't need it anymore. Your will has to let you go of your synchronicity. Yeah. I mean, look, like, again, we all get to a certain point. We all achieve a certain level, and then when do you level up? And then at what point do you? It's kind of the reason why I was like talking about before, where like people were asking, forget who it was asking about community, and I'm like, I don't really get into that stuff too much because it doesn't serve a purpose for me. I'm beyond that level of needing an online community to network with. I'm doing my thing, and if my thing touches people in a way and it can be reached, I'm not going to be the biggest heathen YouTuber ever. I know that right off the bat. There are other heathen YouTube channels that are hundreds of times bigger than me, and it's well deserved because they've taken the approach to make it their livelihood. But I'm not ever going to be. Ocean Keltoy is one of them. Ari Harger is one of them. I'm not I'm not one of them. Too close to things. I'm too right word. I'm too focused on the regional and smaller and focused tribal approach to my religion, to my views. That's not even yeah, it's religion, because look, I have a religious view on things. I have a spiritual view on things. I have all of that. I think over time, and since I started my path, I've graduated into other areas of focus that transcend religion, that transcend spirituality. It's probably more closely defined as animism, just to be honest, which is not a religion per se. I think there's religious aspects, but it's way more spiritual. Not so much about the gods. It's about gods in general, about the sacred. It's about what spiritual forces, what spiritual higher beings exist within us and around us. So Egypt is focusing on the cure. Finland is shutting down land borders. 120 some odd million people are dead from this, and I've only gained 3 points. So I don't think I'm going to get to total organ failure, because this strain of the virus failed, and Egypt is banning all flights, like where things started or where things are ending. So the virus started in Egypt, and it has ended in Egypt. They are not flying in or out of this country. Not trying to attack your belief, by the way. I'm speaking simply for the sake of philosophical debate. Yeah, absolutely, Wyatt. I mean, I'm not attacking anybody's belief. And I hope that with my responses that it was not interpreted, because I can get pretty passionate about things, and I will say things very forcefully, and I will say things very bluntly. Like, hey, look, man, we're not talking about documented sources of historical things. We're talking about philosophy. We're talking about UPG. We're talking about unverified experiences of things based off of one individual or more individuals' collective or isolated experiences. So the debate is open, and the passion is going to reflect as such. So I don't take what you're saying as an attack on my beliefs. But thank you for saying it. And I appreciate the integrity of folks like you who can withstand a so-and-so debate, right? I mean, obviously I'm not talking to you in person. We're exchanging information over verbal and written communication. But the fact that we can stay engaged in that way, without, me just sitting here talking to myself and you like dropping off of the live stream and being like, oh, screw this, I hate you guys, you're stupid, right? It says a lot. So I appreciate the opportunity to have the kind of dialogue that we're having, such as it is, to the extent that we're having it, right? I do appreciate that, and I'm here for it. I'm all about it. It doesn't hurt my feelings. And first of all, if anybody on this planet thinks that they're able to hurt my feelings, get in line. I don't have them to be hurt. I will literally die on a hill if I think that you're wrong. And I will sit here and I will tell you the fact that just because you're a wall and you identify as a fence post does not mean you're a fence post. And I'm going to tell you that until I'm blue in the face and until whatever. Like I said, I'll die on that hill. People tell me all the time, you would argue with a fence post. Goddamn right I would. If the fence post thinks that they're a wall, then I'm going to tell that fence post that I don't care what you think. You're not a fucking wall, right? Like I'll be that blunt. You got to be sometimes. So you are not going to hurt my feelings, and I will debate. I will talk. I will learn. I will take what you're saying. I will digest what you're saying, and I will. I hope at least that some of the things that I say and some of the things that I share are equally digestible and equally approachable, and I don't always have the best way of saying it, especially in this forum and on this platform, because it's on the whim. It's like literally me sitting here and talking to you in person, or to people in person. It's a live transcript of reactions and things. So this would be like literally me sitting in front of you in my living room or my kitchen or my hall or wherever, and we're having this discussion. And I don't even care about the bubbles right now, because the cure is 95% complete, and we failed again. We killed 237 million, sorry. But we'll get it the next time whenever this Plague Inc. live stream goes. I'm taking this as a personal goal. We need to eradicate humanity on the first go the next time, and we need to take this approach aggressively and tactfully, with not tact, tactically, like pointed, focused efforts. But anyway, to my point, I'm hoping that some of the things that I talk about, some of the things that I share, are not just dismissed as innate babble of a mindless old man who's become too senile to express himself. I've gone through things. I've seen some things. I've done some things. I'm still young. I still have many years ahead of me, hopefully. And there are many folks who have years ahead of me that I can learn from. All that I hope is that the value that I see in hearing wisdom from others can be reciprocated, and that the wisdom that I share, the experiences that I share, can be taken and apply to in whatever sense, in whatever way. You know, life is a learning experience. It's an ongoing learning experience, and I've talked about this in my recent podcasts where it comes to the energies that we share and tie with people, and whether it's family or non-family, and how we're inserted into certain people's lives and all that sort of thing. Like, that is where my religion, that is where my spirituality, that is where everything that I'm about and where I approach things exists. I don't get lost in the philosophy too much. I can and I will at times, but I have a much closer hearth to be concerned about. I have a much closer heart to be focused on the health of, and that's where my focus is. So that's why I get so passionate about it. It's because it's something close to me. It's something close to the heart. Yeah. So Wyatt, says, hell yeah, I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, man. I do. Like I said, you're as young as you are, you're one of the OGs in this little community here. I mean, I'm definitely not the biggest YouTuber out here with heathenry stuff, but you have been a ride and die type of person. You've been here since almost the beginning. Because hell yeah, I have that adversarial spirit, which so many people lack. It isn't toxic masculinity. If anything, it's the highest form of compassion. It's taking pity on something and pulling themselves out of the abyss of ignorance. I like that, man. I definitely like that analogy of it. Because I've definitely been told for so long, and I'm just gonna, I want to remember that. I've been told for so long, that Zert's fever is to be eradicated. That's what I've been told for so long. But no, what I've been told for so long is that, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but I'm harsh. I'm callous. I'm not sympathetic. I don't get it. But I do get it. I get a lot of it, actually. I get a lot of things that I don't necessarily get credit for on the surface, and Zert's fever has been eradicated. So we're going to try this again next time. We were not able to do the thing, but we were able to do a lot of things tonight, and I want to say thank you and apologies for the glitch in the camera here. I know it's audibly you're able to hear me and stuff, but the visual aspect of things is not where it should be, and I don't know why, but we did the best that we could with it all. So thank you all. We're gonna go ahead and just end the live stream. We what is it now? Half past the hour. I think this is a 4-hour live stream of gaming and conversations. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, CO Grizzle. Thank you. The newest and latest member of the channel, Harthel. So thank you so much. And thank you to, I'm trying to remember his name, Wyatt Nick, whoever joined the live stream earlier. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that tuned in and made this live stream tonight possible. If you haven't yet and you're still here and you're not subscribed to the channel, then I please encourage you to do so. We will do another one of these gaming live streams hopefully soon. I don't have a schedule on these things. It's kind of just as they happen. So be sure to subscribe, follow me, whatever, on all of my platforms to make sure that you're updated and that you know when I'm doing these things. But hail and thank you. I did have fun tonight, and I hope you did too. So if you did, give the video a thumbs up. That is super, super important. Upvote the video, give it a thumbs up, share it around. Just tell your folks like, hey guys, here's somebody does this kind of stuff. It's open in discussion. We talk about all kinds of things. I want more people invited in on these things. I would love to see Midgard Musings live streams get back up into double digits. I would love to struggle through reading through comments again, instead of, just a few people at a time. I would love that challenge. And I would love your help in being part of achieving that. So thank you all so much for tonight's participation, and just, being active in this whole thing. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, night, evening, wherever it is. And until we talk again, hail to you. Thank you so much for your support. May the gods always notice you, notice your great deeds, walk with